least that's my Reddit name. I've done several posts on the Smash Up Reddit, and I've really grown to enjoy Smash Up. I first want to thank Jim for reaching out. It's an honor to be able to be a part of this series on Crank It Up. In this series, we are talking about combos that are unexpected because of anti-synergies, or they're unexpected because of just how well they work together. So when I thought about it, I thought I have to do Spiderverse Cowboys. You're missing out if you avoid this combo. Yes, it has dueling in it and everything, but don't let that hold you back. The rules are in Oopsie Did It Again, and you can look them up. If there's any clarifications, a lot of the clarifications are on the wiki. But anyway, let me start off by telling you about me discovering the combo. So I first got Marvel, and I did the first thing a gazillion other people did with Spider-Verse. I tried them out with Mega Troopers, and it was good, really good. But I couldn't do much until Phase 3. So I tried them out with ninjas, similar type of a deal, and I found myself kind of having trouble pushing the envelope, kind of being a little more proactive. So I started trying out other combos, and eventually I stumbled upon Cowboy Spiderverse, and it fixed the problem. And it fixed it really well, unexpectedly well. That's why I'm talking about them today. So this combo feels like you're boxing, and you're giving like a 1-2 punch for the knockout. Like the Cowboys allow you to punch on your turn, and then the Spiderverse allows you to punch on whatever turn the base breaks. So let's go ahead and break the combo down a bit. In this combo, you have tons of power boosting cards that Cowboys thrive on. The Cowboys are really great about this on their own, with 4 deputies that provide 2 power each that you discard when there's a duel. That's how you probably should use them, by the way. There's 2 quick draws that give you 4 during a duel, 4 power. And there's Foreign Posse, gives all your characters a boost, along with invulnerability. And even there's Run 'em Off, which gives you +3 when you win the duel. And then there's an extra minion play for High Noon if you win, conditional, of course. So that's great, but Spiderverse adds a few cards. They add Spiderverse Bond. You get 1 power for every one of your other characters. There's 2 with great powers. That's a straight +3 power, or you can use it as a special to get +2 surprisingly, which is a really great way to use it too. And or you can use it in a duel for this combo. It really works well for that too. Then there's Webbed Up that can also be used in a duel, because it takes away 2 power from whichever character you put it on, and cancels their ability. So anyway, when I play this combo, can burst maybe 10 or 12 power 2 or 3 times at least in the game. So that's enough to break some bases. It's pretty cool. But that's lethal, though, for a Spiderverse combo, because if you burst enough to break it, but you're still behind, you can use Spiderverse specials to win the base. So you throw a couple miles in there, you throw a couple with great power, or even the extra character play with the card comes great responsibility. This combo is great because of that potential, but you need to be smart. Don't burn all your cards and then have nothing, and then the next guy takes the next base easily and effectively, efficiently. Use up as little of your dueling cards to break bases, but you should be able to kind of figure out exactly how much you want to invest, because you can duel however much power you want, and then you can use specials for however much power you want, as long as you know your opponent's deck. Rebuilding after your bursts isn't really that big of a problem for this combo, because it has 8 cards that can help you rebuild your hand. I'm talking about card draw and sifting and stuff like that. First card I'm going to talk about is Spider Reflexes. It's awesome. It digs 3 cards into your deck. It gives you the card that you want and lets you decide if you want to dig deeper or keep the cards that you saw. The best thing, it's free. It's a free action. And then you have 2 Ghost Spiders that do pretty much the same thing, except for it's like a minion form. And then there's Spider Sense that can give you 2 cards when a base scores that you're on. Or you can use it as an action if you just don't have a good action, you just want to draw 2 cards. And then you have the 2 View from Above that give you 1 type of whatever card you want. Your minion starved, you pick a minion. You want an action? You can grab an action. That can be just as powerful. Especially if you use it in conjunction with Spider Reflexes or Ghost Spider. Then you know exactly which card you're getting if you want to put it into your hand. So you don't just have the spider cards, though, that rebuild your hand after a burst of some sort. You also have the cowboy cards. There's 2 of them. Gold Strike can be put on a base that you plan to spam characters or to throw all those miles down. You can replenish your hand right away because you get a card draw for every minion on the base or character. So that could refill your hand really quick. But Cowboys also provide Golden Nimnar Hills, which digs 3 cards deeper into your deck, and you get to play whichever one you want. I often use a character play for that, but it can be just as devastating if you use an action. So one more card that can help you rebuild, though, that I haven't talked about yet, is your Friendly Neighborhood Hero, which allows you to put your character back on your deck after the base breaks, so that you can draw it next time. I usually use that on Spider-Man or Sheriff with this combo. It's really effective for that. So I can't continue to talk about Spider-Verse unless I say a little bit more about those specials. Cowboys bring 2 specials to the table: Dynamite Surprise and Sheriff. Yes, Deputy does have a special too, but it's discarded and doesn't beef up Spider-Man, if you were wondering. And Dynamite Surprise, I'm going to talk about that a little bit now. That's really great with this combo because it can beef up Spider-Man. It can reduce the power that the opponent has on a base if you're not winning. And the thing with Spider-Verse is you will be winning often, and you will get to use your specials in the order that you choose to. So destroy their character, you're still behind. You play Miles, you play Great Power, comes Great Responsibility. There's so many cards that can extend your reach to win that base. And Spider-Man gets buffed for every single one that you play that has the word special on it that you play, not discard. So if you want to play Sheriff on Spider-Man's base to buff him up, you can break it, and use Sheriff's special to destroy the last character. That's a solo. Pretty cool. If Sheriff was already there, and there are 2 characters to destroy, you can use Gunfighter to duel one, and Sheriff to duel the other, and still get the solo and win. If you use the extra character play, you can play another Gunfighter, and then you can kill another character. You can get a solo when somebody had like 3 characters on the base, if you play your cards right. So there's a lot of potential in this deck. And it has a lot of destruction because of all that dueling. So you have 3 Gunfighter, 2 High Noon, Dynamite Surprise, and there's Run 'em Off that just kind of kicks them off the base. It doesn't destroy them. But that really puts the brakes on your opponent, so that you can get rid of an annoying engine character. You can just slow them down, often without the drawback of destruction, because usually you destroy and it slows the game down. But with Cowboys, you're using those deputies, you're using those quick draws, you're using all sorts of stuff to just boost the power to the break point, actually, if you're playing it that way. So in High Noon is interesting because it says you may play an extra minion if you win. So if you lose, your opponent doesn't get to play an extra minion because it said you on the card. But with all your power boosts and everything, and it replaces it. So you get to play an extra character for High Noon. You get 3 bonus, even though you kick somebody off for Run 'em Off. It kind of replaces that lost investment in breaking the base. So there's some extra utility cards too, like Stagecoach. That's your only movement card. So it's really useful. You might want to reserve it for using it really in an opportunity that you really need to. But that's really useful as well. And then there's also the webbed up. You can neutralize the ability of a character or debuff them and then duel them. All sorts of ways to do that. And if you're stranded on a ninja style base, that movement card, Stagecoach, will come in really handy. Let me talk about Pinkerton here. He's excellent because he makes any character more powerful who duels at his base. Another interesting thing that you can do with Deputy, if 2 bases are really close to breaking, Deputy can be discarded to boost characters or minions on different bases. So you might go for the double base break, but that's really rare. More likely scenario would be doing the ninja style base. But this combo is great, but there are some things to look out for. There are several ways to cancel the effect of a duel because the 2 different dueling characters or minions need to stay on the same base. Otherwise, the duel is canceled. You still get to keep your what you've invested in the duel. So if you boosted your character up by like 10 power, you get to keep that, fortunately. But the duel ends, they don't get destroyed, and everything. A tie means that you get both the benefits of the win and the harm from losing. So I'm going to let you go into the rule book for that one a little bit more. But anyway, so there's these things that you have to look out for. So if transformation, because they have to stay on the same base, transformation, movement cards, returning to hand, that's probably one of the worst because you lose all the power. If you're playing against factions that do that kind of thing, that can hurt this combo. Also beware of action chainers. That would be like your Musketeers, Kree, Mythic Greek, Kaiju, those types of things. Because you just might be doing your opponent a favor. Not very likely, but you might be, depending on what cards they have. This combo can compete against these guys, and actually as I've played it, they have competed against these guys quite well, actually. But you need to look out for it. And one last thing to look out for is Super Spies. They have some cards that can deal with both Spider-Verse's specials and with duels. Secret Agent can take those actions and make them all very painful. And also there's Moonraker, which says, hey, no specials on this base. So anyway, there's a couple of things to look out for, but this is a really great combo I think you're going to enjoy. It really made me enjoy Cowboys a lot. And that's one of the things I like about Smash Up too, is that there's always different strategies to use. There's no single faction or combo that guarantees victory, but this is gonna be one that's really good. So I think you're really gonna enjoy Spiderverse Cowboys. Give it a try, and thanks for watching.